What's going on, guys? Zuko back with another War Within video. Hope you're all doing very well. Got my spooky survival hunter here. It is October after all. If you guys want, you can get this out of the trading post. If you didn't know, this outfit, not the artifact weapon. I had to farm that myself, but this whole spooky outfit's pretty cool, and you should go get it. Let's talk about survival hunter. And this is something that I've been playing kind of in the background off stream. I've been plugging away with it, trying to get as many keys done as I can, trying to build up some gear on this alt, and I'm getting somewhere with this thing. I've really enjoyed the play style of Survival Hunter. If you guys have been around the channel for a while, you know that I played it back in previous expansion, you know, the War Within, or sorry, Dragonflight, and I really enjoyed it back then as well. So I'm going to do a video just talking about my progress with Survival Hunter right now and the build that I'm running, which happens to be a pack leader build, not a Sentinel build, which is typically what most people are doing. And of course, because most people are playing Sentinel, I am not. That's just how it goes. You know how it is. But I think there's some real merit, there's some real value in the pack leader hero tree, and I want to explain why. I'm going to go through the whole process, and then I'll show you some footage from the video as well. So first of all, my item level is only 606. Keep that in mind when you see the footage and the numbers and all that kind of stuff, right? I'm still building up my gear. We're still getting stats. We've gotten some good trinkets so far, things like the Deadeye Spyglass, which is a very good trinket if you're looking for Survival Hunter trinkets. And of course, the empowering crystal of Anubijak, or whatever, however you say it. This is a very good trinket for almost anybody. So definitely pick that up as you want. But my weapon is still like a veteran weapon. You know, I have 2-piece right now, but that's it. So, you know, it's coming along, okay? The build itself, let's talk about this. You might notice something in the very middle of my spec tree that I didn't take, which is Butchery. So I literally don't have Butchery. This is just an experiment that I'm trying right now. So just be, you know, be aware of that. The damage that we're doing is still quite good, even without Butchery. And I feel right now that I'm often GCD capped, and I'm struggling to find time to press something like Butchery. And I just find that I have time to press, if I take Butchery out of the rotation, that I have time to press other buttons. Now, is this the best way to play it? Probably not, but it's just something I'm experimenting with right now because I wanted to, and it's fun. And the other talents that I've taken instead are actually pretty significant. So I've grabbed things like Quick Shot and Sulfur Line Pockets. And if you look at what Sulfur Line Pockets does, it actually is going to add an explosive shot into my rotation. So when I'm pressing kill command, I have a chance to fire an arcane shot. If I fire 3 arcane shots, I instead will fire an explosive shot on that third arcane shot proc. So in this build, you're pressing kill command a lot because you get benefits from doing so. Things like Vicious Hunt, giving you extra damage when you press kill command. Your kill command procking your pet's basic attack, which is really good. When your pet basic attacks, they increase your critical damage by 11%. And they also have a chance to proc your next kill command to hit twice. So there's kind of this big cycle where in this build, you press kill command a lot and it rewards you on the hero tree and in the spec tree with things like Sulfur Line Pockets, which of course procs from Quick Shot, things like Flanking Strike, which we'll get to in a minute, and things like Sick'em, which we'll get to in a minute. But just the Sulfur Line Pockets alone, my explosive shot damage was 16% of my damage. You can see Sulfur Line Pockets procced 32 times, okay? Which means of the 74 explosive shots that I had, 32 of them were free explosive shots, I believe. Either that or it might not calculate it. The bottom line here is that Sulfur Line Pockets probably adds about 25% more explosive shots into my damage, which is fantastic. That's huge. It ends up being about 5% more of my overall damage just because of this talent. And the main reason is because I'm pressing kill command so much because of pack leader, because of the value that you get from pressing it. So that's some really, really cool synergy right there. Now, let's look at Flanking Strike and Bloodseeker. This is a really good combo here. So Bloodseeker says whenever you kill command, you put a bleed on the enemy, and then you and your pet gain attack speed for every nearby bleeding enemy within 12 yards. This means you can kill command different targets, and you get a bleed on each of those targets. Now, if I take Flanking Strike, it also has this talent down below called Explosive Flank, which says your flanking strike hits 2 additional targets. So you hit 3 targets with flanking strike. And then your kill command will strike 2 additional nearby enemies for 10 seconds afterwards, which means you can put Bloodseeker on all those enemies. Where's my pet? Get over here, buddy. Where is he? I don't even have a pet. That's why it's not working. So I'm going to flanking strike, and then I'm going to kill command, and there's a bleed on this guy, and there's a bleed on a bunch of everybody else. Look at, I kill commanded 3 times. There's a bleed over here. There's a bleed over here. There's a bleed over here, and there's a bleed. Well, I can't do it, but anyway, you get the point. Flanking strike lets you get the Bloodseeker bleed going really, really fast on multiple targets. If you have like 10 targets in range, you can like flanking strike, kill command, kill command, kill command, kill command. You know, you don't get 4 in a row, but you know what I'm saying. If you can get those kill commands out, you'll have 10 targets bleeding really quickly. And you can see the Bloodseeker stack. Right now it's at 3, which it's because I only have 3 targets. But you see what I'm saying? You can get that going really quick. That's a really cool synergy. And again, it incentivizes you to press kill command a lot, which is what this build does anyway. So I love that kind of synergy there. Really, really cool. Synergy with Explosive Shot, synergy with the bleed from Bloodseeker. Bleeding is a really good thing in this build because of Cull the Herd and Sick'em. So my kill command, once again, its kill command, has a chance to proc a free kill shot. And if I proc that free kill shot, it's going to hit 3 targets instead of 1. And then with the hero tree, those kill shots will do an additional 60% of their damage as a bleed over 6 seconds to those 3 targets. And it will increase all bleed damage that we deal by 25%, which is, again, Bloodseeker puts another bleed on them. So there's some big like synergy going on here with kill command and just about everything else in this tree that I have chosen. Explosive Shot, extra kill commands putting bleeds, extra kill shot procs, which do extra bleed damage. Okay, there's all this really cool synergy going on. And I think that it is awesome to see it when you're actually playing it in action. It's really fun to get those procs, and it's really fun to see how much damage it actually does. In this opening pack, I end up getting like basically stunned here, I think, by the web because nobody kicks it. I also didn't kick it, so my damage goes way, 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 way down here. So, but I actually got a proc right there. I have a kill shot proc right now, and you can see there's 3 little circles here. Those are my 3 kill shots going out, hitting 3 people, putting 3 bleeds on them. This is just kind of how it works, but this opening sequence was really bad for me. We'll keep going here. Here's a good AoE pack. I will talk about some of the utility from Hunter in general now, which is just absolutely incredible, and I think makes Survival Hunter an even more amazing choice now when you're talking about just Hunters in general, but their defensive capability and their utility is now absolutely crazy. So you get 2 charges of Survival the Fittest, and then you obviously get your Exhilarate, and you get all the talents that buff Exhilarate in terms of the healing that it provides and all that kind of stuff, extra healing over time. You get all that stuff in the class tree, and your Survival the Fittest is actually really, really good as a defensive now, especially because you get 2 charges. You could take a defensive pet as well and get another defensive on top of that, which is insane. Or you can take the Lust Pet, which I'm taking now, which gives you Leech. They did nerf the Leech to 4%. It used to be 10%. So they significantly reduced the Leech that you get from the more aggressive pet. But it's up to you. It's whatever your team needs. I should have taken the defensive pet here. I didn't need to have Bloodlust. We have literally 4 out of the 5 specs in here can cast Bloodlust. So I really didn't need to do it. But the other utility that I want to talk about, and I'll talk about a little bit later, is Feign Death now removes poisons and diseases, and this is like a massive bonus for Hunter, because the biggest problem for Hunter is damage over time. That is by far the biggest problem that they face. Bleeds, poisons, diseases that stack up over time. Those are the worst things you can possibly encounter, and the ability to remove poisons and diseases as a Hunter, you can't get rid of the bleeds, but if I went like if I was a dwarf hunter, I could get rid of everything all the time. Magic, bleeds with my Rachel, then I could get rid of poisons and diseases with my Feign Death or Turtle. That's like insane. So defensively, we are way stronger than we used to be. And as a melee character, having Misdirect on almost every single pack is a massive deal as well, because it just gets rid of any threat problems that you have. And of course, that is a serious problem for melee characters over range characters, because sometimes you'll jump in as like a warrior and you'll pop all your stuff and you'll die, or a rep paladin, you run in and you just die because like you have too much threat right away, and you're close to the enemies, you're in melee, so they can kill you. Whereas if you're a range character, it's not the same. But for survival hunter, for hunter in general, you do not have that problem, which is amazing. Love misdirect. Here's the first boss. I'm trying to get rid of the ad. We have a really good little bonus with the ad where we can kill shot the ad right away because it's in execute, because it has 0 health. Basically, it has like 1 health and like 6 million shield. So you can kill shot it and get that bleed going on it right away from your pack leader, the Call to Herd buff, which is really cool. A little bit of a cheese on damage, I would say, but really that's the way that the affix has been designed. Any execute class is going to be able to kill that affix better than any non-execute class, which is good. I almost died there to that little puddle because I didn't move in time because I'm an idiot. The damage here is okay. One thing I will say is the single target damage feels a little bit rough, but I think it's going to obviously improve once I get some more item level, and in particular, once I get more haste. I feel like this particular hero tree, the pack leader one, really requires a lot of haste because I'm so GCD locked. I feel like on Survival Hunter in general now, we feel a little bit like a little GCD locked. I'm not going to lie. Part of that for me is that we have to press kill command in between every single ability because you want to proc the tip of the spear bonus. Now, of course, if you press flanking strike, it gives you an extra stack. If you press coordinated assault and you have the 1 minute coordinated assault, it gives you 3 stacks of tip of the spear, which is great. But in between those cooldowns, you are still forced to press tip of the spear. You're still forced to press kill command, to proc tip of the spear over and over and over again. And it just, to me, it means that you need a certain amount of haste. And if you're lacking that haste, it feels horrible. It just feels really horrible to play the game because you're constantly just like, kill command, Fury the Eagle, kill command, Wildfire Bomb, kill command. It just feels slow. It feels slow and arduous. I don't know. It's just a problem in my opinion. Let's skip ahead past the maze part here. We will get to the next boss. One thing that I'm learning to do is to tab target my kill commands. And again, I talked about this a little bit earlier with the whole tree that we have here, because you're getting the attack speed from the flanking strike kill command combo with Bloodseeker. You need to be tab targeting through your enemies in order to get the maximum amount of attack speed that you possibly can. Really, really important that you do that. I just turtled the frost thing here. I just want to highlight this. Everybody gets hit with a dagger here and you get a frost debuff. It slows you. I turtled mine. Everybody else has this slowing damage over time frost debuff, and I do not. So again, if you're not like a dwarf and you don't have a racial to get rid of that, turtle can also get rid of it. And you should be using turtle basically on cooldown if you can. Like if you ever have a moment to use a turtle, you should, because it is a huge deal being able to block all that kind of damage. Okay, so we'll get through this fight. Again, 2 target. This is a tough fight for melee because of this ability right here, because they dash around so much. I'm trying to throw my bombs. Now, thankfully, we're a survival hunter, so we have things like kill shot and wildfire bomb, and we can harpoon to the enemies, which is nice. So we're a little bit less punished compared to other melees, but it's still not the best fight for melee. It just isn't. But we'll get through it here. What do we do? 730, something like that. 748 at the end. There's boss damage. Fury of the Eagle, Wildfire Bomb, Explosive Shot. There's Vicious Hunt and Kill Shot and Call the Herd. So let's get to a big AoE pack here. This one's actually pretty fun. We get to pop off, and we have a Kill Shot proc right there. So there's 3 people bleeding already, which is good. And then you can see we've already got 4 stacks of Bloodseeker. So I have 40% more attack speed, but that's going to go up. Now we have 10 because I've kill commanded multiple people, because I used flanking strike into kill command and I hit multiple targets. I have 10 stacks of Bloodseeker, which is 100% more attack speed for me and my pet. And remember, my pet's basic attacks actually become relevant because of the things on this tree. Your pet's basic attack, critical strikes increase your crit damage. Every 3rd pet basic attack is guaranteed to crit. And then your pet basic attacks have a chance to reset the cooldown on kill command. attacking with Vicious Hunt, instruct your pet to basic attack. Like, there's just so many buffs here on your pet's basic attacks. So if they're attacking 100% faster, you're proccing all of these other things. And it's hard to understand the value of what's going on there because it's all kind of under the hood. But it's really important to recognize that you need to be tab targeting with that kill command to get the Bloodseeker buff, debuff, sorry, on the enemies to get your attack speed to be really high. That's a huge part of what makes this work. It doesn't really work that well if you're not doing that tab targeting like you should be, okay? We had massive damage there on that pull. Here's the next pull. We have triple explosive shot because we finished our coordinated assault, right? You get triple explosive shot after that, and we're doing big damage already. Explosive shot is one of the biggest parts of your kit for sure, which is really cool. Then we have a big Fury of the Eagle here. Watch our damage. Boom, 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 boom. I love Fury of the Eagle, man. So much damage. We went from 1.3 million up to 1.5 million. Yeah, 1.55 million at the end of that. That's so much damage from Fury of the Eagle. I love it. There's a kill shot proc right there. You can see it's lit up. And then we have a flanking strike into kill commands. Now we can tab target around and get our kill commands going. And once again, we have 7 stacks of Bloodseeker, meaning our pet and us, we're attacking 70% quicker. And those basic attacks from the pet, man, they are such a significant part of the pack leader tree and what makes it really good. So make sure that you're doing that. I can't stress it enough. Here's a big moment here. This is where we get to use our feign death. So venom spray is coming out. As soon as it hits me, I'm gonna feign death. So I have the poison on me right now. I'm feign deathing right now. Boom, and it's gone immediately. It's one little quick GCD and it drops all of the poison that's going on your character. Like, that is such an insane thing. There are poisons in this dungeon. There are poisons in the other, the Arakara dungeon. This is City of Threads. There are diseases in Siege of Borealis. A ton of diseases actually in that dungeon. I mean, there's poisons and diseases in almost every dungeon this season, and there probably will be more in the next season as well. So I think it's just really awesome to have this utility as a hunter to keep yourself alive. It's just, I love this kind of stuff. This is what really makes these specs feel good to me, when you can use the extra little utility that people sometimes don't always know about, and it just keeps you alive, and people are like, damn, how come this hunter's like surviving so long? It's like, survival hunters usually die, which usually they did in the past. Survival hunters kind of got a bad rap, to be honest. They were like some of the worst for surviving, but now your mastery gives you more defensive capability, which is awesome. And now you have this utility, things like feign death and turtle removing poisons and diseases. Very, very, very cool. I'm padding some damage here. You know, it is what it is. I mean, these mobs need to die, but I don't need to be focusing them so hard. So I'm going to move over to the other pack now. Again, I have 10 stacks of Bloodseeker. Once again, I mean, that just dropped to 5, but it's going to go back up again as we tab target around. It's just such an important part of the kit. Maybe the most important thing you can do in combat to make your damage higher is to make sure that you're tab targeting your kill command. It's just, it can be tedious, and I know people hate that gameplay sometimes. Like, some people hate having to tab target, period. I totally understand that. But I promise you, if you don't do it, your damage will be lower. It'll just be a lot lower. So make sure you do it. There's a thing on this fight where you can actually turtle all the debuffs that come along. So you can see when people get hit with that black ooze, they have a healing absorb shield on them, and that's a really big deal. So you can get rid of this healing absorb with your turtle. So I'm gonna turtle right now. I'm gonna grab these. Every time I grab them with turtle on, it doesn't give me a healing absorb. So I'm just soaking as many of these as I can for our team, and that can really help, because when you're going into this dark pulse, this moment where he's doing the pulsing damage, you're going to have a bunch of healing absorbs on you as well. And if the healer isn't ready, or if the healer hasn't recovered and gotten rid of those healing absorbs, you're actually in big trouble. So this is a cool little piece of utility that you can bring as the survival hunter, as a hunter in general. But if you're wondering how you can contribute to the team, that's a big way you could do it on this fight in particular. We'll get to the end here. We're doing about 760k on this boss fight, which is pretty good. That was with Bloodlust, so there you go. We'll get to the final boss here. One really important thing to note for the final boss is that you have disengage, and disengage is like completely busted on this fight. It's really, really good. You're gonna get rooted here, and you can break your root. So Splice comes by. I pop my survival of the fittest for my for Splice. With the pack leader tree, really quickly, I just want to say, if you pop Survival of the Fittest or Turtle, you will heal for 20% of your maximum health over 4 seconds. So every time you're popping your defensive, you're also healing. Here comes the root. It's called Umbral Weave. We're going to disengage out of it just like that. Boom. We immediately dropped our root. So we're no longer in danger. And then we can come back in with the Fury of the Eagle. So we have like on-demand burst AoE damage. It's not so much bursty with Fury of the Eagle, but it's not bad. Like you throw a Wildfire Bomb into a Fury of the Eagle. That is a lot of AoE damage you can do right off the bat there. So we disengage out, and then everybody else is still stuck. And we jump back in with a bomb with Fury of the Eagle, and we have a burst AoE cooldown there to help deal with those roots. Same with on these ads. I'm using Fury of the Eagle again. This is one of the biggest reasons why pack leader is so fun, is because you're pressing kill commands so much. And with Fury of the Eagle, with Ruthless Marauder talents, you can cool down Fury of the Eagle with your kill commands. So every time your kill command resets, it's going to bring the cooldown of Fury of the Eagle back, and you can cast it again. So even more reason to keep pressing those kill commands. But yeah, guys, that's the whole build. That's it in a nutshell, is that you're pressing kill command all the time. You're tab targeting your kill commands around to make sure that you're getting maximum bleed stacks with Bloodseeker, so that your pet is basic attacking more often, and you're getting actually auto attacks as well. But your pet basic attacks are a huge part of this tree. They're helping to fuel the rest of your build. They give you crit, they proc your kill commands and stuff. Your kill commands can also proc your kill shot, and if your kill shot gets a proc, then it puts another bleed on enemies and does 60% more damage, which is awesome. You also have kill commands giving you explosive shots. Every third arcane shot that you fire triggers an explosive shot, which is really, really fun. There's just so many good synergies here with the build. I really enjoy playing it, and I think it's a lot of fun, and it does a lot of damage. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below about the build. This is the boss here. We did about 830k overall. I will look at those numbers right now. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. This is the breakdown of what your damage is going to look like. And I would love to do more videos on Survival Hunter. I want you guys to let me know if you want more videos on this content, if you want to see more of what's going on. Survival Hunter is undergoing a massive change in 11.0.5. Some really good changes in my opinion. So that's going to be cool to look forward to as well. But I'm going to keep doing some videos on this because I'm really enjoying it, and I hope you guys are too. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Thank you so much again for watching. Love you guys. I'll see you in the next one.